Once again, welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time from RoninHustler. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or commentaries, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for a film called Seoul Station, which is an animated prequel to Train to Busan. And I'll say this, watching this makes me appreciate Train to Busan a little bit more. Just Train to Busan I saw, and I didn't hate the film. I just didn't think it was this 10 out of 10. There was so much hype with that film. And I'm like, well, I don't really care for the CGI, and I don't know about this and that. But, at the very least, there's not many films, horror films, creature features, in this case zombies, films that take place on a train, so it's a bit of a more of a unique concept compared to other zombie movies. And with the train motif, at least you're in a claustrophobic type of setting, but it's on the move, and you can't escape, but you're in this you're pretty much in a elongated sardine can trying to survive. And I get what they're trying to do with the characters, where like the father was more about being selfish, but then by the end he does something finally unselfish, like a true father would. And that ending, I would say, I like more than the ending to this. So I guess, again, I don't hate Train to Busan. Like I said, I just didn't think it was a 5 out of 5 star movie like a lot of people did. I think it was very hyped up, but I didn't hate it. And like I said, watching this made me appreciate that film a little bit more, because as a prequel, you would never know this was a prequel other than if you were told, because it doesn't have any of the characters. You don't really know what started the plague or the zombie. It's a prequel, but it doesn't really answer any questions. The animation, the art style, I don't mind. I don't mind the art style, although the movements, they're not stiff, but they're not fluid either. They kind of, again, it's not stiff, but it's not fluid. It's like this weird in between with the movements of characters. I don't know how else to put it. And is trying to tell a story about how the lower class are pretty much deemed useless, pointless, which I mean is fine, but I mean it's not the first or last time I'll see that. And it wasn't bad. I mean, it was 80 some minutes long, and it kept my interest to a point to see what would happen next. Pretty much this old man gets bit, and he sits down at the station, and of course no one notices, because no one cares, because it's the homeless, and the idea of no one cares about the homeless. But I mean, I've seen that done plenty of times, whether it being Chud back in the day, or even this film called The Tunnel in 2011. There's other movies I prefer that have dealt with that. But then our characters, you have this prostitute, or a former prostitute. She's with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend with glasses on is being a whiny bitch going, we got money issues, so could you get back to that work you did before? So this boyfriend's a asshole, trying to pretty much say, could you suck some dick so we could get some money? And I'm like, why don't you suck some dick? Because, you put a couple pom-poms and pumps, maybe you look like a femboy. How about you suck the dick and I'll collect the money? Hey, dear fucking skirt, you got the schoolgirl look with your glasses, you fucking wanker. Fuck this guy. This boyfriend's a fucking pussy bitch. And an asshole. But, she is upset. The boyfriend's like, oh, fine, we're breaking up. You're breaking up because she don't want to be a hooker. Wow, what a great guy. What a piece of shit. I'm gonna break up with you because we need the money. And she's even like, well, why you need a fucking job? Why you need a part-time job? The guy's a fucking asshole. So she cries, and she cries a lot. I'll say this. This character cries more than Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man movies. He just... like, half her performance, her voice performance is crying and bawling her eyes out. Which I didn't see that much crying in Train to Busan. Like, this got to the point it was annoying and irritating. So the old guy that's bitten, one of his buddies sees it and tries to get a doctor. And again, I get what it's trying to do with the plot where they don't care about the homeless, so then they're not going to do anything, not going to say anything, they're not going to pontificate about the homeless. So this guy gets bitten by a zombie, is lying there dead while his buddy's trying to get help at a hospital, trying to get painkillers. It doesn't matter because by the time he gets back, the old guy's dead. And of course, he tries to get, hey, my friend's dead, you guys took too long. They get back with the doctors, there's no one there. And of course, the guy's been turned to a zombie, bites one, bites the other, his buddy gets bitten, and then this town, including the train station, all a police station, they all get taken over by zombies. It becomes an infection movie in a city state, which again is fine, but again, that's why it makes me appreciate Train to Busan a little bit more, because the train motif was a little bit more different. It was a bit more creative. It was a bit more original that make it stand out from the pack. There's been plenty of movies where a zombie infestation has happened in the city. I mean, even World War Z, which I liked, with Brad Pitt. Um, they're not zombies, but 28 days later. I mean, there's other movies that have dealt with that I would prefer watching over this. So I guess at the end of the day, I wasn't really a big fan of it. Like, I'm watching it, it didn't make me mad. I appreciate it was an hour and 20 some minutes. Like I said, I don't mind the art style. The voices were not bad. It's just some of the stuff they're told to do by the script. Very fucking stupid. Very stupid characters. Or unlikable characters. And that's the thing, is that this guy who says he's the girl's dad gets with the boyfriend, and the guy, the dad, which I'll get to that, he's just a hot-headed asshole. The boyfriend is a whiny bitch. That's like half his performance. The girl, she's either crying, useless, or gets people killed because of her stupidity. And you get a little bit of the dad and the boyfriend. They're on a rooftop after the guy killed a zombie, and then they gotta get to a car, and then they get to a roadblock where these soldiers saying you can't go further. Meanwhile, the girl, she's trapped in a police station, and again, people just doing stupid shit. Like, this guy's been bit, and you get a gun, and you don't think to maybe make sure this guy's dead, or no, they don't even think of it. So one of them gets bitten because they're stupid. Then the girl and this other guy escape the police station. They go through... No, that's not yet. They get to an ambulance. And the guy who's with the girl is going, no, stop, they'll be turned, don't go to the hospital. But then he grabs the fucking wheel of the fucking ambulance in front of the ambulance driver, and lo and behold, they crash. And you knew that was going to happen, because he's going, stupid, why are you so stupid? And so those two get to the train station. One guy's trying to make it under and is trapped. This old lady is running towards him, acting like a zombie, sounding like a zombie. But when she gets close, then she starts speaking, not English, but she starts speaking. She's not a zombie. She's just a weird-ass, crazy bitch of a lady. Huffing and puffing. I mean, wait a minute. Why? It just seemed like a really cheap way to build suspense. Where you have this woman who acting so weird that she wants to yell and scream at them. Why the fuck did she not say a word while running up to him? She's that gun-ho to talk to him, but during this whole run she doesn't say a fucking word? Oh, to ruin the bullshit fake scare suspense scene. What the fuck? And people fucking bawl a lot in this movie. People, I get it. It's a zombie you'd be crying. I would be crying. We'd all be crying. But this is like, this is a point they get to those two are in the train tracks, and they just sit on the train tracks and cry. Both of them. I'm like, this is not the time to sit down and cry on a goddamn train track while a train more than likely could come over and run your ass over. Okay? And this girl, she just walks, cries, and bawls, and cries some more, and whines, and cries some more, or does stupid shit. What I mean by that is, they get to this place, and they can't go any further. That's where the barricade, and there's the soldiers, cops, whatever, and then the father, and the girl's dad. The guy that was with the girl goes up, he gets shot, of course. You knew that was going to happen. And then the zombies are coming, and this other random guy has something that he climbs up to get on this wire, this pole to go across, and he makes it. And then so the girl's like, I will do that too. But then she's going, think about this way. You're hanging up, right? Your feet are dangling. There's zombies right here. Wouldn't you think to, I don't know, pick your feet up? No. She's too fucking stupid. She's too fucking dumb to do that. Oh my god, I am caught. Oh no. And then the guy, he should have left her to die. I know that's sad, but it would, in retrospect, he should have. But he tries to do the right thing, and the girl is so fucking stupid. He's trying to help her, and she's so much a fucking useless character. Then the guy gets grabbed and pulled down and killed. Because this girl's an idiot, doesn't know how to pick up her fucking feet, doesn't know how to move her ass, put a fucking battery up her ass, and recharge herself, whatever it may be. Maybe your dildo, your butt plug ran out of batteries and you ran out of gas. I don't fucking know. So, I would say at the end of the day, I don't like this film. The more I think about it, the more I'm actually saying it. I don't like this film. I'm like, you know, it didn't make me mad, but the more I'm talking about it, I am getting fucking mad. Train to Busan is a better movie than this. I think RoninHustler felt the opposite. We agree to disagree. This makes me appreciate Train to Busan a little bit more. Again, I don't love it as in one of my favorite zombie films, but when I see shit like this, I see shit like some of these movies that come out today. Yes, I still prefer Dawn of the Dead, both versions, Night of the Living Dead remake. There's other zombie films I prefer, but Train to Busan, I thought it had some dumb stuff in it too, but this took the cake compared to that one. And again, it wasn't really anything that interesting to set it apart from countless other zombie films. Again, the train setting made that film a little bit more unique, at the very least. At least there was an arc to a character, like the father being selfish, but then by the end not being the case. I can at least appreciate that. Here, like she gets this guy killed because she's a fucking dumb bitch. Ultimately, she gets to this place she needs to go. The guy and the boyfriend get there too, and you kind of find out it's not really her dad. It's her pimp. It's her what they call it. I'm daddy of all whores who worked for me. So that's the twist. It's not her dad. It's her daddy pimp, but not her actual dad. In fact, he talks about how her actual dad was sick. Fine, you give me the money she owes me. Then when he came back, the actual dad left. He probably left because he was sick and he didn't have any money, so he didn't want to just sit there and die. And didn't know where the fuck she was at. So what was he supposed to do? The boyfriend, now he wants to stand up for her. You were ready to whore her out as a hooker. Now you don't stand up for her. Shows how much of a pussy he is, because he just gets his throat cut by the Mr. Daddy Pimp. And then the guy goes after the girl. The girl tries to hit him, fails. He smashed the shit out of her to the ground. Then she dies. And he's like, oh no, don't die. Don't die on me, bitch. Pay me back my money. And he's crying too. See, even he cries. Everybody cries. He was ready to kill her, but I was like, oh no, don't die. You owe me money. I'm like, dude, there's a fucking zombie apocalypse happening. Don't you think you have bigger problems? Bigger fish to fry than, what, you gonna whore out to the zombies? Necrophilia? Necromantic? But then you realize that when she was dangling on that pole, because she doesn't know how to lift her fucking legs up, she got scratched on the ankle, she turns into a zombie, kills the guy, we see it via silhouette. And then there's a wide shot of the city under siege. Train to Busan, I think, was a better story than this, was a bit more unique than this. Again, that film, I still have issues with the CGI. I still have issues with some of the special effects. I still have some issues with I think, some dumb character decisions. But at least there's some interesting stuff in terms of, like I said, the train motif, what they're trying to do with some of the characters, to be fair in retrospect. And I don't hate Train to Busan. I didn't think it was the bee's knees. But I thought it was okay. This, I wasn't really a fan of. I'm sorry to RoninHustler. At the beginning, I'm like, well, it's not the worst film I've seen. Like I said, I like the art style. The voice acting itself isn't the problem. But the more I thought about it, I would never watch this film again. I'd never see this film again. As a prequel to that film, there's really nothing to connect it other than the country. Really, the country. Other than that, what else? Not character-wise, not the whole, any of its ideas that you find out about them in Train to Busan is not really a part of this. And you don't even see how it all got started. So what is really the point of this film in connection to Train to Busan? What is really the point? And yeah, it has a dark, downbeat, political ending, but I don't give a shit about the characters. Maybe that's why I didn't give a shit about anybody. I didn't give a shit who lived or died. I really didn't care. Why should I? I have a girl who's a dumbass bitch that got people killed because of her stupidity and just cried, useless waste of space. It's like Barbara in the original Night of the Living Dead, which I don't like that. Sorry, I don't. I prefer the remake with Patricia Tallman. I like that movie better. I like the version of Barbara better. Here, this really is a rant. I prefer Train to Busan over this. But I don't know. I don't know if I put rant on it, the title. I don't know. Maybe I won't and just see what people think of it themselves. If you like the film, to each their own. Just not my cup of tea. Yeah, it deals with details about the homeless and how people think about lower class. But there's other, like I said, there's other horror films that have done that. I could see that in Chud and The Tunnel, like I said before, and I get more out of them. Again, just my personal preference. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.